MVP, hardly deviated at all, slight difference in picks. I think Wings have it. They have great anti-melee counters. They have tons of way to punish tower diving. They have tons of heroes to kite effectively in terms of the Chronosphere, the sleep, the glimpse back, the kinetic field to catch them. But never count out MVP with the Bounty Hunter. So I do favor Wings based on draft, but you know, my heart wants MVP to give us that game.
We want that game 3. We really want that game 3. It's been a pretty hype series already. That first game, QO got shut down, couldn't find many targets. He got a couple of kills in the IO, but that was it. It was him and Ice. It was the supports. He was bringing them down, but he wasn't doing enough damage to the cores. And again, it was all that kiting coming out. MVP, they didn't have a way to deal with it. Now they're going up against, like you said, the Chrono, the Glimpse, what have you. So Wings, obviously, for the first time in a long time, they go for a normal draft, as the draft panel talked about. And we'll see how well they're able to do with this pickup.
So they're going to run a standard laning setup in addition to a pretty standard draft. We will see the off-lane Void. He doesn't do well against Ursa at all. He gets zoned pretty hard, so may have to resort to the Iron Talon, go back to the jungle. MVP, confident in their level 1. They're very scary with the Ion Shell and the gap closing potential they have. So they will secure this top rune. Blink will grab bottom. Looks like a Bat Rider potentially just going to go mid. The Jug starts boots first, will go to the bottom lane. So it's worth mentioning, as good as Ursa is at dealing with Juggernaut, Disruptor, with Void, Disruptor and Juggernaut are very good at also punishing a Darkseer off lane. So Forev isn't even going to enter the lane. He just goes straight to the jungle with an Iron Talon. I do like this decision. This is a very strong kill lane against the Darkseer.
Blink should have a sentry. He's dropped one down already. There's another Stifling Dagger to come through. Plenty of damage on Blink, and he has his bottle already. Went no regen, got 2 cooled tangos. And he's already up to his bottle. Top lane. Ice has rotated up there as well. Looking for the stomp. Won't be successful, though. Just trying to zone out. But again, Blink in that mid lane is getting harassed by Febby. Yeah. Boy, he's taking some serious damage.
You know, Winter told me Bounty Hunter's not a good harassing hero anymore, but here I see Febby just crushing Blink. The sentry a bit off to the side, and he's mostly been heading kind of around the vision. And now he goes behind the tower. Febby, just an absolute artist at the early zoning. Bat Rider has not even seen creeps right now, Mod.
Yeah, he really can't.
Punished.
He cannot get any last hits. He can't even walk up. And that Bounty Hunter is doing some serious work in that mid lane. But top lane, MP getting chased down by Ice. And this is supposed to be a solo matchup. Void is supposed to be alone, but they've rotated Ice to help out. That means that bottom is, of course, completely free farm going for that Juggernaut. And again, it is going to be Innocence. I'm sure he's getting the pulls off and getting experience as well. Getting to that quick level 6, Static Storm will be a very important factor in this game. Of course, leveled up Glimpse as well is not bad either.
Beware of the Courier snipe. Courier just walking down the lane against a Bounty Hunter. It is only a level 1 bounty.
I think he's, Febby can't grab it.
He may have seen Febby for a second running by in the mid lane, but that's still very risky. Generally, you will see players walk back to the tier 2, even have a support ferried out, or try to juke the Courier a bit, wait for the Bounty Hunter to show himself. So the big deviation, I guess, for Wings is that they're running the dual lane with the Elder Titan, as there is a charge towards mid. 2-minute rune about to spawn. Dubu securing that bounty run for QO.
There's that Radiant Ward up at the top rune spot that will see the charge coming through. So it's going to be Dubu not able to find that kill with that charge. But
yeah, he just wants to get the runes for the team. Right. About securing the PA's lane. You see the bounty hunter harassing, the charge on mid. The key time where MVP are going to get aggressive, as Innocence, looking to scope out this Darkseer, might be able to find a first blood on Forev, who is very low.
Again, I've seen this before. Does have, I don't think he has the TP that he did last time. Forev. I think he might just be dead.
He's level 2 now. He skills up the Thunder Strike. I don't think he can quite kill Forev yet. Maybe with the Glimpse. Meanwhile, mid, there's also pressure on Blink.
He's going to use that Firefly. Another Stifling Dagger comes out. Plenty of damage. The Shadow Walk. He's going to get the hit up, and Blink will have to be very careful with how he approaches. It's the high ground. Febby now with 3 stacks drops the sentry down. He might actually be in trouble. Febby's low, 4 stacks sticks up, but now blocked by the creep wave. Will survive. Blink in trouble. One more right click. It's the dagger that does it for QO.
Meanwhile, Innocence, he did end up going for the kill on Forev. He couldn't quite get it. Missed on the kinetic field. And now Mr. 17% in the house.
Oh, he gets the bash to stop the TP, and Innocence will fall.
Double bash there. Secures the kill. Oh, these are the kinds of mistakes that can come back to haunt you against MVP.
Who would have thought?
Still no boots on Blink. This is going to allow the Bounty Hunter to really punish him. And now Ice, it might be his turn mid.
Like you said, QO only goes forward, but Ice, he will go back.
Look at Febby, he's sniping the tower.
Another stifling, he's so low. One more right click, and there it is.
What is this team? MVP, how do they make it work? Somehow, someway. Elder Titan's like, yeah, I'll just go farm at the tier 1. Little does he know, Bounty Hunter will dive him past it and ends up not even being punished for it. So MVP, just that magic about their early aggression. They found it here, Maud. Now, the good news for Wings, their cores are farming well, and really where they excel at the counter pressure is in the mid game, but they got to get there first. Another charge.
Link's gonna get caught, but this time he will have help with Innocence throwing the Thunder Strike. Here's Febby doing some right click. Shuriken, he's got mana for it, I believe, but I don't think he could go for that kill with Blink around as well. And another hero rotating in. Ice is nearby as well with the Stomp. So drop a ward down, and that's going to be the end of it, and Febby will head out.
So Walking Courier did show itself bottom, I believe. Febby was wondering if it would take the quicker route back, but wisely, Shadow sends it around the long way. So he won't get the Courier snipe just yet.
This is the good thing for Wings. They have Shadow as well as the Faceless Void in that top lane farming really well. Let's see, 30 last is coming out for the Juggernaut.
Febby? Oh,
head out. Saw Dubu deny himself to Roshan at the same time. Make sure that he gets back to full health and he can charge somewhere if he so chooses to. But that top lane is a matchup we haven't really seen too much of. It's, again, Ursa going up against Faith Beyond. CS is roughly even.
You really have to anticipate the ganks. The wing supports are not that mobile. The charges coming mid, they have 2 heroes in the area. They might be able to punish this dive, Mott.
Stifling Dagger comes out, again slowing Blink. How far do they want to go? Into the Firefly and then backing up.
That's not MVP Dota. What are you doing, Dubu?
They're a little too far, I think, from that Bat Rider.
I'm disappointed. But yeah, they definitely should not have dove that with so many heroes missing.
MP is going to get bashed top lane. Another charge coming in, Faith Beyond. He's got the Time Walk, but his own level 2. MP's going to try to get that damage done, get the Time Walk coming in, and now he has no way of getting out. If they get the bash here, he'd be actually huge, but the TP's going to be coming in already from Wings. Although it is canceled, Ice won't end up coming to that top lane. His mid lane, Febby, is still stalking and trying to find.
Oh, the scan found him.
Blink is going to get caught by another crit, the Stifling Dagger, and the Stomp will not save him. Although Febby and QO will take some tower hits, they should be fine for now, but Febby continues the chase on Ice, who will stay underneath that tier 1 tower. And again, the aggression, the dive, not punished by Wings.
Even dropping the ward now. Febby making great use of the Bounty Hunter. They would love to kill the Bat Rider when he goes back to farm stacks. He's had a really rough lane.
They're going in again, diving. The Stomp will come out. No! Stopped by the Shuriken from Febby!
Oh, dear.
Wow.
The MVPing is happening. Meanwhile, top Faith Beyond. He's next. He has to drop the Chrono.
I don't know if he can stay here, Aaron. He's not doing nearly enough damage to MP, but Shadow's going to come in. Omni Slash doesn't bounce to MP. Dubu will try to keep you away, and they have to get the bash, and they will. Faith Beyond walks up.
But they're flanking. Febby's already here, Mott.
And Faith Beyond hides to the tree line right now. Kyo is instead going to go to work on Shadow. No Omni Slash. He's got his cooldown up 5 seconds. Right, will come through. Pops the Illusion Rune. Another Stifling Dagger. Shadow has the Blade Fury.
He's leading them to Faith Beyond, though.
Yeah, they're going to run right into each other. Blade Fury comes out. Shadow's low. Kyo trying to right-click him down, and it looks like he will.
Come out, Faith Beyond. Hey, buddy.
They found him. Double kill for Kyo. Wow. Double kill, and what a start for that Phantom Assassin this game.
The biggest worry, Febby is already level 5.5 as a roaming Bounty Hunter. 3, 1, and 2. The guy hasn't even seen creeps this game, Mott. They're in for it now. This game has become very difficult.
He almost has tracks. His level 6 is going to be up, and then all of a sudden it's going to get even harder for Wings if they continue to dive into these towers.
And you're up against such a good chasing and diving lineup. There's no boots on Ice. Disruptor has no boots either. 2 supports that are absolute food.
Sentry, Ice going to get caught. There's going to be the Janata. Charge coming through. Earth Shock as well. Shuriken. Febby gets another kill dominating. Faith Beyond TP's in, but it's too late.
He's going to be level 6 at like 8-9 minutes here.
All right, I guess we're still going, huh? Well, Dubu decides against it. They'll back up together now. forcing on another TP. But Shadow decides to stop it.
This laning stage is a complete disaster for
crazy.
Wings.
It's nuts.
And then you have to ask yourself, okay, so Wings have had a really bad laning stage. How do they come back in this game? Well, the thing is, ideally you want levels on your support so you can set up that big combo. The Static Storm, the Earth Splitter with the Chrono, they're nowhere near that. Juggernaut can't man-fight effectively against an Ursa, even struggles versus Spear Breaker and PA. Doesn't have a way to deal with evasion. The bash goes through your Blade Fury. Also, MVP are very tanky, so Omni Slash doesn't net you many easy kills. It's a delayed Blink Dagger on Bat Rider. So perhaps with the Haste Rune he can make something happen, but he's your big initiator for this team. You don't want to blow Chrono on solo pickoffs when you know MVP want to fight every 5 seconds. You need to save that Chrono for a team fight.
Innocence getting love tapped by Feb. He comes in with a Janata, they throw up the Cherokee, but does get glimpsed back into the connect field. They have the Haste Rune, so should be up for Blink. The Firefly with a sticky Napalm should be enough, and Febby looks like he will finally fall. Giving away a dominating spree to the Disruptor, that gets him a big...
Newbee might get caught too.
The Stomp coming out, he will get caught. Damage. Firefly, 2 stacks I believe as well, and he will fall. 2 quick deaths from MVP and Wings. Now getting back into it.
Over-aggression has its costs. Bounty Hunter going down, no big deal. Losing 2 though. Yeah, they're supports, but gives Wings some breathing room. Do want to point out this game, different build from QO. He's gone back for the Dominator on the Phantom Assassin, so it gives them a little more access to late game. Plus they have track gold, so even if, let's say, Wings evens out the game, I like their team fight better. I think they are the better late game lineup with equal farm, but you can maintain a farm lead.
Shadow's going to use that Blade Fury, and QO actually taking a fair bit of damage. Febby is in. There's the Janata. Sure, he could come out looking for the Chrono. They'll find it. Febby getting caught. If the damage, Shadow's not in range. Febby, they don't have the detection, it looks like. So they might go back in on Shadow as they get another crit from that Stifling Dagger. Febby continues to hound Shadow at this point.
He does have Omni, though.
He's going to use it, and Febby kills the Healing Ward. Was not expecting the turnaround from Shadow. Still getting crit, running low on mana. Blade Fury QO, though, is in trouble. He's alone. They've got the Glimpse. Can they bring him down? It looks like, yes, Shadow will get a double kill.
Meanwhile, at the bottom rune, they do manage to find another Titan. They were going on Blink earlier. MVP overplaying their hand a little bit now, Mott. That's 4 kills in a row they've given up to Wings, and Wings aren't forcing these. They're not smoking, so they're not committing resources. They're farming during this time. Still MVP with the advantage overall when it comes to gold, when it comes to experience, but that was also with the tower. I think the big thing that's going to fuel the next round of aggression for MVP, that's Forev. Darkseer, mech about to be completed. He's 500 gold away. Yep. He's also just been turbo farming in the jungle. He has not come to fights, but round 2 of the aggression will feature level 4 Ion Shells on 2 heroes with a mech. Waynes are going to have to be extremely careful. This could easily result in multiple towers lost, a Roshan claimed, and another 4 or 5k gold swing, especially now that track is online.
And Shadow is going for a farming build. He's built up the Battle Fury. He's very close to completion. It's going to help out later, and doing the Omni Slash as well, but I don't know
There's
if they want to
5 melee heroes. Battle Fury just feels so good this game if you get the farm.
Might need a bit more, but without the Battle Fury yet, they're not going to be able to fight up, and they will take Roshan. MP's in the pit. This is that overpower and grabs the Aegis as well. 1,100 gold for MP, and Newbee looks like he's smoked up with Forev right behind him.
It's the deep warding game that's very important for MVP. We see again the ward behind the tier 1 tower bottom. We already earlier saw the ward placed near the big creep camp. Failed sentry wards dotting the map, one of them leading to a kill earlier bottom, but in general, MVP have kept the vision up. That's very important for Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, he charges and cancels immediately afterwards. There's a sentry there. They can de-ward. And that ward, Faith Beyond will come and use the Quelling Blade and make sure that ward goes down, so MVP loses a little bit of their vision. Febby, though, doing a pretty good job running around, but the sentries are placed. They see him, it looks like. The track's up. Faith Beyond jumping in Chronosphere, he'll find it. They need more damage. Febby, Thunderstrike, and the kinetic field as well, and Febby looks like he will fall. He sticks up, he comes back in, and he's done. Nothing getting him out of that bad situation.
Still MVP overall pulling ahead in net worth here, even when those kills are happening, as they get another tower. The more the towers drop, the harder it is for Waynes to reinforce fights when MVP dives. So even if it looks like nothing's really happening for MVP right now, like Waynes are coming back in the game, it just takes that one fight, and now it's a lot easier to achieve that one fight. Also worth pointing out, we've been seeing MVP not really grouping up, but they have Aegis. They're going to get Blink on Ursa very soon, and they're looking to fight top.
The sentry's down. Febby, Omni Slash, he's going to get caught again, but the mech keeps him alive. Turn around, Shadow, Blade Fury, not there. Can't get the kill. The Stomp, however, setting up a Forev, but here comes the charge, and Innocence already low. Nether Strike coming through Ice, taking that damage. Vacuum in, onto 2, getting Forev a double kill.
And now they see Blink, they can get a third.
Gonna try to chase him down. Earthshock should be there. MP really wants this. The Firefly, he misses the Earthshock. QO looking for the Phantom Strike, he gets it, but no Stifling Dagger to follow up, and they're out of vision.
They do have Eyes of Shadow.
They have a dash in them, Dubu can't find it. Instead, they'll turn their eyes to Shadow, and he will just Blade Fury away underneath that tier 1 tower.
That's a fast Battle Fury, considering how much MVP have been running at them. But MP now is Blink. So if they struggled to chase down that 3rd, 4th kill last fight, It's not going to happen this time around. Now they look for the tower. If Juggernaut gets his next couple items, if he gets to late game, Omni Slash could be devastating, but they're pretty tanky even so on MVP. You have Evasion on QO, so those extra auto attacks in between the Omni Slash strikes have a chance to miss. Ursa is very difficult to burst, and you have Spear Breaker. Jug needs a lot of farm if he hopes to solo carry this late game.
Well, the good news is that I don't think the Faceless Void is that far behind. He's actually only 500 away from the Ursa. He has the potential to be able to right-click as well. Charge coming through. Newbee is looking for somebody, and he's going to be charging down to the bottom lane where Faith Beyond will TP home. Make sure he gets out of trouble, but MVP will stay together with this mech like you talked about with the Sages. We'll see how much they can get done. They look to dive again, but Blink now fire flying away.
This is the Blink Dagger debut. I don't think Waynes have seen it yet.
I don't think so. He's
lurking in the trees.
Yeah. He's going to walk out now. Still no vision there. I don't think they saw it. He's going to go up to the ancient stack.
And that's a really important point. There is just no vision for Waynes right now on their side of the map. It's all top. So they're not really able to farm much. They might get caught here, Mott.
Smoke. Innocence will be the first to be caught. MP jumps right in. Good static storm, though, still. Innocence will fall to a track heal. Chrono only onto one, and Faith Beyond, though, he wants MP. There's the enrage coming in the last, so Febby will surely fall first. MP might be second, but coming in is QO. MP somehow still alive, but finally falls. Vacuum in, Faith Beyond, time walking away. Stifling Dagger, they're diving underneath the tier 2. Omni Slash comes through, but it's not enough. Stomp on top, is it? Can they get the kills? Dubu is low, and finally will fall. MP might be next. He already lost his Aegis. The Earth Shock will not help him, and Wake's turn 3.
That was huge from Ice Ice. What a great 3-hero stomp. Resets the fight. It buys time for Shadow's Blade Fury to cool down and completely turns the engagement. Also worth mentioning there, the Chrono didn't even catch the Ursa. It looked like it was going to be really bad, but MVP losing Febby very early in the fight, so they didn't get those additional tracks out.
Oh, Febby, you're underneath the sentry. Not anymore, though. He will make it out, Shadow. He's going to just go for the Blade Fury anyways. Stomp. Blink's coming in as well. The sticky napalm. Febby, all right, maybe he is dead. Try to stick up, but it's Winks again, finding another kill, and this will almost at the tower, I would imagine. This tier 1 tower might be defended as Dubu's charging in, but Wings are starting to gain a foothold in this game. And remember, MVP, one loss away from that lower bracket. Wings want to secure that $2 million.
You know what's really scary, Mott? Wings might win with a normal draft.
Yes.
Then they can win pretty much every way under the sun.
For the draft panel, that was like the end of the world almost. It felt like they were so concerned about it.
They gave up. They had no faith. Non-believers. But look, Febby's died a lot this game. 7 deaths. And generally, you know, it's often talked about like when Pylai Dai plays Bounty Hunter, for example. It's not a big deal if your 5 position dies, if he's getting wards down, creating space, buying time for carries to farm. But if he's just dying a lot and you're constantly trying to fight, it does come back to hurt you. They're not getting extra track gold with some of these kills. QO went for the Dominator, but now back into BKB. Bounty Hunter's deaths add up this game because he's not really creating space as of late when he dies. He's just giving them gold for free. Some deep wards, but not wards that have been converted into kills, so Febby needs to be careful here.
Ooh, TP, but they don't see it. Blink is going to be able to get out. No shuriken from Febby to be able to stop it. At what point do you say for MVP, okay, well, we're sick of fighting. We need to maybe farm and stay ahead. I don't know if they
Are we talking about the same team?
I mean, I know it sounds implausible, but they have the ability to farm with some of these heroes.
You want to be more careful when Wings have their big cooldowns. So Chrono is up currently, Earth Splitter's ready, Static Storm, everything is available for Wings. That's where you don't want to hyper-aggressively dive into the enemy team. Plus, they don't have Aegis. So fighting around the ultimate cooldowns and fighting around the Aegis timing, those are the 2 big factors that will keep MVP's aggression in check for now. But Forev has the Blink. I think we saw that in the last fight. So there is some combo potential with that vacuum into 4-5 hero charge. Can set up for a really strong team fight.
Charge in, Shadow will Blade Fury. Again, if they want to fight, they'd have to
Glimpse.
Tier 2. Glimpse, Static Storm, Febby found it yet again. Stop, killed. Down for 35, and the Chrono top 2-0! Omni Slash to death! And they're looking for more. Charge away. It's not yet. Surge through from Forev. Dubu will at least walk out. Blink into the tree line for Forev. Jump in. Faith Beyond gets the bash. Dubu caught. Can they bring him down before he charges out? No.
That's top!
It will catch him! Oh, beautifully done from Ice Ice. And it will fall. It'll be a 3rd kill going to Wings. They just keep getting more and more out of this game, LD.
Man, this Elder Titan has been a real game saver. 0-5, but Right now, I feel like Ice is the one who's stepping up to the plate. And there's a reason why this hero hasn't been getting through very often, even when he has absolutely nothing. Right now, just Tranquil Boots, Windlace. He did just buy a Staff of Wizardry, but he's been very poor all game. His kit is so good, and it's 5 melee heroes. The Stomp is going to connect more often than not. We still haven't seen the Big Wings team fight. That's what worries me for MVP. They can never screw up a team fight. One really bad team fight will be a wipe. If there's a really good Chrono, a Static Storm Stomp combination, they don't really have answers for that. So
it's like Wings, one more fight will put them. They're on the cusp right now, but they could start getting some real big items here. Wing has to avoid this charge.
And remember, this is with MVP having a great start to the game. Like, imagine if Wings didn't give up all those early kills, if the Sentry was placed a bit differently mid, Batrider didn't die to Febby and constantly get dove. Like, this is with MVP having that fantastic start, and they're still struggling down the stretch. It shows that there are drawbacks to running 5 melee heroes who just run at you. There are counters to this. Looking back, like 3-4 years ago, there was a big series between IG LGD where IG was recorded after the series, and they talked a lot about LGD at the time was facing the IG face rush. That was what it was called with the translation. And the counter was Enigma, just picking this hero that can dominate melee heroes because they love to run Night Stalker, Sven, Bounty Hunter, just run at you heroes. This is a strategy that has been used before in different ways by teams in the past, and Wins is showing it can be exploited, it can be punished if you play crisp, coordinated Dota.
Wings looking like that team that is solid all around. We've talked about Wings beating themselves before. Doesn't look to be the case so far in this series. They're already up 1-0, and they're looking for that game 2. And they're getting closer and closer as time ticks by. There is the Desolator pickup for QO. Help him dish out the damage, but he has died a couple of times to Shadow's Omni Slash or Chronosphere. We'll see if QO can find the kills instead of dying in these instances.
Shadow now buys a Blink Dagger, so he's even better at split pushing and getting away with it. Also can assassinate heroes potentially if he isolates them. 7-1 and 4 on the carry player.
QO has fallen behind now with only 7,000 net worth. Shadow walks up, Stifling Dagger, but it's eluded by the Blade Fury. Dooku in the tree line looking for a charge. Chronosphere blink in. He catches 2. Earth Splitter on top. Omni Slash will go in. QO not done yet. Looks like he will be about to fall. Static Storm, and it should bring him down, and it will. Shuriken Toss is coming in. Shadow's getting low, but he's just going to come through with Faith Beyond MP now. Looking to bring down Blink one more. He fireflies away. He gets up out. MP kinetic field it in, and Shadow finds himself another one. Good back wall, but it might be too late. Febby walks into a Blade Fury and dies. 4 dead
Look
for
at
MVP.
their HP bars, Mott. They're all almost dead. They get 4. They walk away unscathed. No track gold for you, MVP. That is MVP's ticket to late game. It's track gold. No huge economy here from the PA. Had the Dominator earlier. He sold it. But with that, with no Battle Fury being picked up, not really the type of lineup that just wants to be giving up kills and going late. It's not like this is Team Secret where they'll be down 20 kills, but they're running Alchemist Terrorblade, just planning on the 70, 80-minute win. This is a team that wins early or struggles to take it late.
MVP did do very well early, but they couldn't quite get over that hump. And like you said, QO sold that Dominator. Very interesting choice to me. And of course, he's still kind of low in the net worth department. Damage done to Innocence, but it's not the early game. Febby needs +1, more than +1 to help get that kill now. Because they will go for Roche. That'll help stabilize their economy if they can get it. And it looks like with the Urza, they can.
I don't know how concerned Wings is about 2 lives in MVP.
I wouldn't be at this point. They've won every single fight for the past, I think, 10 minutes or so. If you look at the graph, it just shows all green dots going the way of Wings from a long period of time, since about 18 minutes on or so. What a lead.
They have to get something done with this Aegis. Multiple core kills, ideally. Take that tier 2 mid. Try to bottle up Wings a bit. But look at the spread from Wings. It's the same thing as last game, Mott.
He is diving in. He wants to kill. And vacuum wall. Static Storm on top, but they've lost Innocence. Chrono on it too. The Earth Splitter. It does beautiful work. The Omni Slash is there, and MP will fall. At least he enrages. Will stay alive for now, but the Blade Fury will come through, and the rage is done. It's going to be 3 dead for MVP. It looks like as QO now looking for Faith Beyond, but the Time Walk is there. Aegis is down. Can they bring him down a second time? QO stopped up perfectly timed from Ice. Double kill. Shadow is godlike. And MVP, bit by bit, they're getting dismantled by Wings.
You know, I remember when Ice was confused constantly with Ice from Malaysia, with Ice from Singapore. Nobody knew who this guy was. He stood in for Big God at DAC a year ago and wasn't really considered to be that big of a deal. He was a decent pub player that Chow8 saw and believed in. But my God, he is a hero for this team. Now the Earth Splitters, the Stomps, endless control. Ursa, PA, they're just getting completely chain stunned and bursted by this guy. Man, what an underdog story, Wings. They once were, but now they are looking like an unstoppable juggernaut down the stretch. And to make matters even worse, with that fight mod, they start to get their next round of big items. Manta complete on Juggernaut, so even harder for the PA to focus. You can remove the track as well. Already Blake has the Aether Lens, as well as the Blink Dagger. They're looking for Faith Beyond bottom.
He's got Time Walk if he needs it. And he's already
ready for
that
this.
Tier 2 tower. And again, there's good vision coming out. Entry to the jungle is an Observer Ward on the Radiant side that Forev has to take down.
Just notice their items. 3 Blink Daggers, Void already has Time Walk, and a 4-Staff and Elder Titan. Wings are just going to kite the crap out of MVP. We saw it last game with slightly different items, but the same concept, and I think MVP, they go on to lose this match. They may have to rethink their overall strategy because it seems like Wings has completely figured it out.
Yeah, Wings look so good right now at this point. 24 minutes in, and they're doing so well. And looking for more. MVP, they're kind of empty into their jungle right now, looking to farm up and just find whatever they can. They had such a dominant lead early on, 3 of the top 4 net worth, but Shadow was always ahead, and now 6K up on this Juggernaut as well. So Shadow continues to farm away. Now with this Mantis Towel, this Blink Dagger, and an Ultimate Orb to follow up afterwards, which could very well be a Scotty here.
So for MVP, it looks really bad the way the game's developed, the difficulty they have getting quick kills in team fights. I think the next big power spike, and probably the last one, unless they win fights at that point, is the BKB on Ursa. That's coming pretty soon, along with QO grabbing his. At that point, the Elder Titan is less of a threat. There's still ways to deal with BKB, whether it's the Lasso, the Chrono, Bash, Omni Slash. Like, there are still some solutions, but that gives you one more, basically, tank of gas with which to work, and I think they have to find multiple track kills at that point, or they will just have to GG out. At that point, they have no momentum, no control. Roshan wasn't enough. This will be their next big push, and likely their last if they don't succeed in some kills.
This is before they lose any Tier 2 towers, and MVP, that's how much they're struggling at this point. There's very likely a GG out if they lose another team fight the way they have been.
They're the ones hiding in their jungle. This is very un-MVP-esque. It's not the nature of the draft. It's uncharacteristic, but they've been forced into it because Wings has just not lost a team fight in, you said, 15+ minutes.
And there's that BKB you were talking about, at least for the Ursa. Again, MVP, they need to find something with this alongside the one with QO. Can they get anything done? Again, like you talked about, they weren't concerned. Wings were not concerned about the double ages, but yeah, that ward should scout out the smoke of the sea coming in from Wings. We'll see if MVP can set something up here. They might just back away, but no, looks like they're setting the trap. Febby will walk up first, break the smoke. Now he's going to get caught. There's the last one. Chronosphere on MP. BKB's not there. The static storm to fall up as well. Earth Splitter, he's low. Pops the BKB in the range. How much longer can he survive? The answer is not much, as he's down for 56. Dubu looking to at least get the Nether Strike, but it's just not enough damage. Faith Beyond getting the double kill. Wings, and they're not done yet. Shadow walking up, looking for more. MVP not GGing out just yet, but Wings feels like they're moments away from getting into that top 3 spot.
They saw it coming. They knew it was there. The Bounty Hunter still gets caught by the Lasso. You then Chrono the Ursa. There's no counter for Chronosphere. What do you do? Like, try to vacuum them away from the Chrono? So at that point, Omni Slash just lays into whoever's in there. They burst the Ursa down after the Chrono ends. He did pop BKB, he committed his ultimate. Still, they just kite him, they ignore him, then the PA gets glimpsed away, so she's out of the fight. Now you kill the Spear Breaker, and then it's a 2v5. Wings are just never allowing MVP to fight as 5. They're the team who's always 5v1 because of their huge AoE control and their team fight abilities. I just don't know what MVP do.
And now there's a Mantis Towel and Faith Beyond, even more damage, more mobility as well for him to get out. Febby, he had such a good start. He was like 4-1-6, and now he's got 10 deaths to his name. So Febby struggling on that Bounty Hunter after the beginning stage of this game, which looks so good for MVP.
It's going to get even harder now. Wings have 2 Ghost Scepters. One on the Batrider, one on Ice Ice. No Diffusal Blades on MVP. We saw when CTY was playing Ursa, he would often go for that item, but MP is just not farming nearly well enough to get it.
They will find Febby yet again. Faith pops the Manta, and that is more than enough damage between that and the Firefly. And he's not done. Blink's going to keep going. They're looking for MP. Time walk. They have the Chronosphere in 6 seconds, but it's not there right now.
Ursa wants to come in. He's thinking about it.
His team is also thinking about it in the mid lane. They're saying, okay, we can come to help you, but we're fighting 4 versus 5. Smoke up, though, from MVP, and this might be the last gasp if it doesn't work out.
Mott, they're doing this 4v5 with no track gold. Even if they win, how much gold will they really get out of the fight?
Ice Ice is isolated, and he is going to get caught. Another strike, vacuum back in. Ghost Scepter coming in, and the Chrono onto 2. Earth Splitter to follow up. MP Static Storm. He will fall. QO goes down as well. MVP about to lose everything.
It's a massacre, Mott. They can't stand against Wings. Even when they 4v1 find the Elder Titan, he presses Ghost Scepter, and suddenly it's them losing 4. Wings they've written the blueprint on how to take down MVP. You just have to take your hat off to this team. Not only did they pick crazy, they picked smart. There is genius behind their apparent madness.
They're going to go for the first high ground push. The tier 3 tower, they are moments away from getting to that top 3 spot. Wings will try to get their first set of racks, and it looks to be successful as MVP no buybacks on QO or Ursa. MP not there to help defend, and Wings back up, successful.
We're at a point now where Juggernaut can man fight any of these carries. Look how big he is. We'll see the fight again. Charge in from Spirit Breaker. All 4 heroes arrive. No, actually, you won't see it again because there's another fight breaking out.
No, 4F. He's lost the gem. He just purchased it. QO coming in. Blade Fury from Shadow to stop the stifling dagger slow. Dubu getting chased down. Firefly bringing him. And QO pops the BKB. And just the 4-step from Ice Ice, kiting as best as possible. His Ghost Scepter is down. The kinetic field is there. They might get this 1 kill, but that's it. That's the first kill they've gotten in I don't know how long.
That was with a Darkseer buyback as well. Oh, dear. Even then, it's still not very good for them when it comes to net worth, and they lost the lane of Rex. Triple Ghost Scepter. So, yeah, Diffusal Blade will be mandatory for MVP at this point. Ursa still a long ways off from it. PA nowhere near it. Speaking of Diffusal, it's the Faceless Void of Faith Beyond who gets it, but yeah, I think Juggernaut can man fight any of these carries, even the PA at this point. He's got Scotty, he has Basher, he has Manta. He is at 23k net worth, over almost 2.5 times that of the MVP carries. Yeah. I think he can even man fight the PA.
Dubu charging in, he's gonna find another strike at Shadow, but no! Faith Beyond denies him, gets the bash off, see you later.
Look for the glimpse if they can get vision for it.
Blink is on the hunt with the Firefly. They'd like to find more, and there's going to be a lasso on to MP, maybe QO, but now they actually lose the Batrider. Shadow in trouble, and they take him down.
Void is trying to run now.
MP looking for Innocence, can't find him with the Ghost Scepter there. Faith Beyond wasn't there as well with that Diffusal Blade, and now MVP will turn this straight into Roshan. Look how much gold they just got from those 2 kills. Shadow with 23k does end up falling. Wow.
Oh, they see the Void, I think.
They have the track up. He'll Manta it off.
Is he going to try for an Age of Snipe mod?
He's pretty far away. He's used his time walk. Charges up, gets the bash out of Heavy. He just wants his kill on the Bounty Hunter. Gets the Chrono. I don't think he can finish off, but he can get the kill onto MP. Can't get Roche. He can get the kill onto the Ursa. Charge it from Dubu, though. QO is low. Has to finish off this Roshan. It's low. Will QO get the Aegis? Absolutely. He'll pick it up. Faith Beyond and Ice. They actually eat the cheese on QO, and he's going for Innocence. But again, no way to stop that Ghost Scepter vacuum back. They now will be able to bring him down. 3 still dead for Wings, and Faith Beyond on half health. Pops the Manta. Going for Dubu, and we'll find him.
He's
QO
going in.
Double, and Faith Beyond. Can he do this on his own? Forever and Febby both low. The stuns are there. He's out of mana. Diffusal Blade going to work, and Forever about to fall. Can he get it? There it is. The gems on the deck for Faith Beyond. One more right click from QO will get it done. And it looks like he makes it out.
Are you serious, Faith Beyond?
Oh my
How
God.
is he still alive? They're going to go back in for QO with the BOTs. They might lose the PA as well.
Oh, QO, the Aegis is gone. 5 dead. Can they get the second kill? There's the Manta style. QO gets stunned up with the bash. And he's going to jump in. He wants to get Faith Beyond, but he can't find it. He's going to fall twice. He's gone twice.
Only Waynes would actually take that fight. They're 3v5, they're up a lane of racks, they're up 15, almost 20k gold even after the 2 deaths. Faith Beyond on a shred of HP, goes into 3 heroes, goes into the Aegis. What other team would fight that? And they win, he lives, he's back to full health.
There's no buyback.
This team is relentless.
Wings want to, like you said, punish even further. Smoke up, this might be the last gas. We've said that a lot, but Newbee will charge in, and immediately Faith Beyond responds with a Diffusal Blade in kind, and they will finish off the Spirit Breaker with no buyback for himself. Second set of racks is going down, and MP is going all the way around behind them, but it is going to be 2 sets down, LD.
That is just heart-crushing, Mott. Now they see MP. Wayne's gonna let him go. They're also hunting Febby.
Yeah, well, they want Febby instead, but he gets the Solar Crest and he's just gonna walk on out.
I mean, you just finally want to fight. You get 2 huge track kills. You think you're gonna take Roche for 3. I mean, it's 3v5. Surely Waynes are not gonna contest without a buyback. Wrong. They are, and they're gonna win. That is just the knife through your heart, MVP. Desperation now.
They're defending until this Ancient is gone. And Faith Beyond on the hunt for Febby. Shadow as well. Protection-wise, looks like they don't have it. Shadow is going to walk for that boundary rune. He's going to see that it's gone. Febby won't take it, realizing that his survival is more important. Although Ice almost has his refresher orb. That is insane.
Oh my god. Chrono refresher ultimate on the Elder Titan.
I mean, they're practically killing them with just 1, let alone 2. The Earth Splitter, so.
And they're not even going for Diffusal Blades. MP is nowhere near one. The PA stopped off for a Basher, feeling like he has to be able to man-fight the Juggernaut and the Void, but truth be told, when both of them have Mantas, I don't think you win in a 1v1. You're only going to win if you have help, which is what happened last time when they jumped up onto the high ground into 4 MVP heroes that were waiting. These supports are still going to be almost impossible to deal with.
QO avoids it, sidesteps it. We've entered a lull in the game after the relentless aggression from Wings, and they've decided to slow down a little bit. Maybe take a drink and reassess the situation, which is still looking pretty damn good for Wings. That's a negative scepter for the Faceless Void, if it wasn't enough already. And he also has Diffusal too as well.
About like, what, with 5-10 minutes in, I mentioned MVP want to fight around the Wings cooldowns.
Yeah.
There are very few cooldowns now. Refresher nearly complete on the Elder Titan, the 1-minute cooldown on the Chrono. Wings, they can fight constantly too.
And they are smoked up, and that's exactly what they're looking to do. There's no tier 2 in the way. MVP are in their base, no face rush anymore. As Blink is looking for that last one, he'll find it. QO now caught. Chrono on 2. QO will fall. No, he gets out. The BKB, but he's still barely alive. The Static Storm. BKB will keep him alive. 2, though, will fall. The Earth Splitter MP does avoid it. Now blinking in, looking for Innocence. Gets a Pistol Bladed up, and he's losing his mana so quickly. He will go down. He's got buyback, and he might have to use it. QO back at the base. They're going for the tier 4. That's it! Wings have secured top 3, and MVP will go down to the losers bracket, LD.
They are quickly becoming the C-Deck of TI. Didn't come through the wild card, but